Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been a bit strange with the times. I think so used to World Cups over the last few years where you're watching 2-3 games a day. But with the times, I've been pretty much watching the 9 o'clock the games, which has been great. The England game obviously went off to a flyer, particularly in the second half of the first game against Croatia. Everyone gets excited, as we do, being England fans, and then the second game comes along, everyone's on a downer. But the most important thing is they finished the top of the group. The top players are scoring goals. Obviously, a couple of injuries isn't the best of things that's happened for us at the minute. Right back's going to be a struggle now. Everyone's going to play there. There's a few things happening, but I'm pretty sure the other countries will be the same. I've loved watching Morocco, Egypt. Obviously, Argentina looked to me. Argentina and France look like the standout teams. So it's been good so far. But I always think that big tournaments, World Cups, Euro Championship, Champions League, they always get going in the latter stages. So I think it will really start taking off now.
Yeah, I think Nicky just mentioned it. It's really not got going yet for me. I've not looked back at a game and thought, wow, that was a proper game of football against two really good teams. Did hydration breaks, yeah, they do tend to make the game stutter a little bit, and it's gone very American, hasn't it, with the 4 quarters, advertisements. And look, I don't think it's as bad for us because we don't see all the advertisements, and I think in America it'll be difficult to watch, but because we're here, we just see the team talks and whatever what they're doing. But yeah, when a World Cup comes around, obviously with the timings, it's very difficult for us because I like watching every single game. We'll watch 3 games a day, and we've just not been able to do that. And I'm just waiting for it to get going, to be honest with you. I think there's been glimpses of, look, the best players have turned up. Don't get me wrong, your Vinny Juniors, your Mbappes, your Messi's, your Cristiano's got 2 goals, Harry Kane's got 3, Bellingham, Dembele with his hat-trick the other night. The best players have turned up, but I still think we're to see the best football yet.
Then obviously you spoke about England. Just you, Paul, on England, through to the round of 32, obviously. What have you made of them so far?
It's not. I said this the other day on the podcast. I don't think we've seen a team that can win the World Cup yet. Now, don't get me wrong; they can still do it. They're going to have to improve. I think that goes without saying. There's talent in there. I just don't think you're ever going to see a flowing game of football with England. They haven't got them type of players. He's picked a team to overpower teams, be quicker than teams, be stronger than teams, be more physical than other teams, rather than play the beautiful game, as you say, a beautiful game of football. I don't think that will ever happen. Now they can get better, of course, and one thing they've got is match winners. We saw it tonight when they're not playing that well. They've got players who can win you games of football. Marcus Rashford can do it. Probably hasn't done it yet. He scored in that Croatia game, yeah, but I still think there's more to come from him. Saka needs games, but again, he's a match winner. And obviously Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham are the main ones to watch.
I find it hard to sit here and have a pop at the England team or the manager at the minute, because they've done what they set out to do, is finish top of the table. And from my understanding around it is that if we get to the final and hopefully win it, no one will worry about how we got through to the league stages. But yeah, I'm with Scholes. Everyone likes to watch us play the right football. We have got top class players within our squad that can go and be world beaters and one-on-ones and individual attacking players, but we don't play like that at the minute, and I think that's Tuchel's plan. They're not expansive enough to go and create too many chances. Bellingham, I think Scholes mentioned it the other day, he's not an out-and-out what we would consider a number 10, but what he is an unbelievable footballer who can create and score goals, and he's doing that from a number 8 role more like. So yeah, I think, for me, it's hard to sit here and say they've not done this, they've not done that. What they have done is finish top of the group. They qualified unscathed. They finished top of the group. They've not been playing brilliant, but to do that on an average performance, if you like, probably a 7 out of 10 for the whole 3 games. You just hope that the next game against, the last 32 games, they hope that they can go and show what they've got, because when they get past that, I think they will get past the next game, and then they've got some real tough games coming up. They could have Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, before they even get to a Spain or France in the final. So they've got a lot of challenges yet, and they are going to have to up the game. They are going to have to play more expansive football, which I'm yet to see a Tuchel team do that.
I think they'll be better when they play against the better teams. I think when the onus is on them to go and beat a team, they're not great at it. But when they've got a team who will attack them, like a France, like an Argentina, like these better qualities, I think England will be better. I think Cole Palmer's the obvious one that everybody's saying. I think people mentioned Phil Foden as well. But you can half understand why he didn't pick him, because they were both not in great form for the last 6 months of the season. You could see that. I think Cole Palmer had still just took a chance on with a squad of 26, and I definitely took a chance on him. And they have got some creative players in the squad, but who haven't really played. You think of Eze, okay, he's come on in games. You've got our own Kobe Manu from Man United. So I think them creative players are there. I think he's just choosing to do it a different way.
I'm confused about the full-back positions. I know it's easy saying it after a few injuries, but before we even got into that, we mentioned it a while ago. To not have a Trent for me at right back is just madness. Particularly the games how it panned out. You can have a lot of the ball, which is proven in the first 3 games that we had. And someone like Trent who can create and create goals, score goals, take free kicks, take corners. Last 5 minutes you might need a ball going into the box where Kane can get his head on it and score a goal. I think that's bizarre. And when you hear the manager talking about a Luke Shaw, if you like, saying you can't really pick someone with that injury record. Well, he played something like 35, 36 games last season for Man United with no injuries. And then they go and I really like James and Livramento. I think they're both amazing players, really good players, top players, but they're injury prone. So now it's proven that they both got, well, Livramento before he even got started injured and goes out, and then obviously Reece James has the misfortune of getting an injury with hamstring. It looks like he'll be out for the rest of the tournament. I don't understand why they didn't go with Alexander-Arnold. As soon as Livramento got pulled out of the squad at the start of the tournament, or before the tournament, sorry, you just got to bring him in. It's crazy for me.
I think he's a box-to-box midfield player. I think he could do everything as a midfield player should be able to do. I don't like using all these numbers, 6s, 8s, 10s, whatever it is. I know he played as a 10 in the first game, I think. And there's different types of number 10s, if you like. There's a running number 10 who can get you goals and be creative in different ways by disrupting play. More than anything else, a number 10 who's in your Foden or your Cole Palmer way that will link play and make your team play really good football. I see him as a number 8. I think in a 3 he can do that as well as an attacking midfield player. I think he can play in a 2 next to an Anderson or a Rice. Is there any need for both of them? I'm not sure there will be in some games. Now look, if you're playing against France and you want to be solid in the middle of the pitch, then Rice to Anderson, yeah, definitely. But I think in games, possibly like the game on Wednesday, when they're going to have a lot of possession of the ball, get your best players on the pitch, get your most creative players on the pitch, and I think that's the best way to go about it. But who was to tell Thomas Tuchel what to do? He's great experience, great football teams. He's created, I'm sure, and which is why the FA have employed him, because when we get to them last bits of the tournament, he's got to be the one to take us over the line with how he does it, the way how he goes about it, and there's nobody more experienced than him in knowing how to win trophies.